Just going to show you this Barbarian line multi-press rack, because for me it makes a better squat rack than most squat racks. I've actually got all of the add-ons on here, which is better for a smaller gym environment. So you've got the band pegs, you've got the stringer attachment for a bench. So if you're limited on space, then it's the best compromise, because you've got a multi-press station, comfortable to use one, and the bench is always going to be perfectly aligned, plus a very decent squat rack. I should note that that stringer, the bolted on stringer, doesn't actually intrude with the squats, because it's central, doesn't get in the way. However, personally, if you had the space, I would rather use it as a squat rack. There's a couple of, or instead of a power rack, there's a couple of benefits which I like. Compared to a power rack, quite often you've got the cross section at the bottom perpendicular with the uprights. So if you're lifting off from this frame, unless you've got very long lift-offs, which again can rather spoil the machine, then your toe line is where the cross beam goes. So a benefit of a typical squat rack is that you've got the extra space for loading and unloading the bar, which you have on this multi-press rack. Quite often with squat racks though, what that means is you've got a high cross beam towards the rear of the frame, which if you've ever squatted in them, quite often you'll have a mirror on this side. We haven't in this instance, but then the cross beam would interrupt your eye line, which for me I'm not too happy with, because it rather disturbs your focus. By doing away with that cross beam though, what it does mean, and I consider it a better compromise, is you've then got a flush level to ensure the integrity of the machine. But if you're using this as a standalone squat rack in a gym, then the benefit is you simply map this area or put a lifting platform in, and you've got the perfect squat rack. So better than most very well-known squat racks, a fraction of the price, and more than heavy duty enough for any user. Just get a close-up of the box section. So these are the adjustable safeties. Something I should note is the hole spacing is actually quite close as well. So from centre of one hole to the next is 50 mm. So that affords you quite a lot of adjustment. Something I do like is laser cut lift-offs like this. It's like a gun rack style. So it's far nicer to lift off on these, but to still have the fine-tuning adjustment of safeties like this. And you notice on there as well, got high wearing contact points rather than just something flimsier which is going to wear quickly, or bare metal, so you're going to end up ruining the knurling on your bar. So as I mentioned, cheaper option than most squat racks or power racks, but for me by far the best solution.